And we're live. Hey, everybody, it's Dana from the Run Eat Drink podcast at runeatdrink.net. It's Thursday. It's 6 p.m. Eastern. You know what time it is. It's week 7, day 2. It is our last day of training doing the Galloway Easy 5K method. So today we're going to be doing a 20-minute run. You know the routine. 20 minutes running with our chosen interval, which is going to be a 5-second run and a 25-second walk. And we're going to bookend the run on either end with a 3-minute warm-up and cool down so that we can kind of ease on into it, ease into the weekend, which is when we're going to run our actual 5K using this method. If our training has taken hold and done exactly what we thought it was going to do, we should be able to be at or faster than the 16 minutes per mile that we set out to accomplish when we began this just 8 weeks ago. So I am here in Daytona Beach, Florida, and today I am running in the shadow of the historic Daytona International Speedway. The weather has not been kind today at all. And it has been rainy and thunderstormy and lightning off and on all day long. And right now we're in kind of an in-between. So my initial goal of taking you all to the beach today, unfortunately, Mother Nature had some other plans. And I see I got some people dropping into the chat on YouTube and Facebook. I got Josh and Rhonda. Hello, hello. Kristen, hello. Yeah, this is the home of NASCAR, of course, and we're going to be running right along International Speedway Boulevard. We'll probably cross over one of the footbridges and head over to, I believe it's called Daytona 1, which is the outdoor lifestyle mall that they have built to support this. So why don't we go ahead and activate everything on the Garmin, and we'll get started with today's run. I'm actually really excited about today. Dawned on me that, this is the last training run, and then we're gonna, put our money where our mouth is with the training program. So I'm very excited. And here we go. Nice and easy. We got a 3-minute warm up, so I figured I'd kind of take or start back this way. Heading towards the end of the International Speedway, and then I'll do the turnaround and we'll do the run along the Speedway with it kind of in the background. So, Josh, water spouts are a good motivator. You got that right. They're really cool to look at from a distance, or cool from afar, but far from cool. So, yeah, no thank you. A little phobic of the old twisters ever since the 2016 tornado hit the house. So, yeah, if you guys are running this, let me know. If you are one of the folks that's going to be watching this on playback and running, please drop a comment and let me know. What's your interval been like? How has it made you feel? How are you doing with this program? Because I know some people were modifying the interval. The 5-second, 25-second thing was a little too quick in the transition, and I totally understand that. But I would love to know what intervals people are running and how they're feeling doing this. I think that we're going to have a nice result from doing this, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, especially some of the folks who've been watching but haven't had the courage yet to take that first step. I just want those people to know that there's nothing to be afraid of. You're doing what your body naturally wants to do, and you listen to your body the entire time. And as long as your doctor says it's okay for you to do exercise, get out and give it a shot. Start at the beginning of this series. Oh, Rhonda, 2040, yes. I like the 20-40. I mean, that one is a bit more challenging. It's a kind of a 1-to-2 ratio, but I get really good results with that. I just wanted everybody to kind of ease into this, like the super novice. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody's got to start somewhere. Although, I was listening to an interesting podcast today. Our friend Ray Cronice, who's one of the co-authors of the Health Span Solution Cookbook we talk about a lot. Oh, first interval. I got talking, sorry. He's got his podcast, of course, Science and Sorcery, and we've had him on the show. And he was talking with a anthropologist who has got some interesting thoughts and ideas on like the evolution of human nutrition, and they're studying actual hunter-gatherers, that like tribes that still exist in the world, and pretty incredible stuff. That's an excellent question, Josh. Formula, not really a formula per se. Like, I couldn't calculate it on a piece of paper. However, I want to say that on jeffgalloway.com, he either has a tool or a table where you can either look up the interval or plug it in, and you can get the calculation that you're looking for. And that is an excellent question. I think that what shocks people the most is the size of the difference that even a short running interval like this makes in your overall time. It is really surprising for a lot of people. And I'm running here, like I said, in the shadow of Daytona International Speedway, kind of hoping some of the ghosts of very fast people are with me today. Let me channel their speed. Or, better yet, hold off, guys. Let's do it on Saturday. I could use that on Saturday. Yeah, Rhonda, I used to do, when I very first started this, I was doing 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And it works great. But what I found was I was having more foot pain doing that. And I think it's because probably at the time, smaller muscles were getting fatigued, and I was overcompensating by extending my stride, striking the ground with my heel, which can cause or contribute to things like plantar fasciitis. It sends, pretty bad vibrations up your leg into your knee. So I backed off, and I experimented with the shorter interval, and I just found it to be more comfortable in the long haul. And I've kind of stuck with those ever since. But yeah, Josh, check out jeffgalloway.com, or if it's not there, you could Google Galloway interval calculator, and you'll find some tools online. Amy would know right off the top of her head, but she's a beast. She knows everything. So I just show up. We know this. We've established this. I'll tell you what, if you're not doing any running and you're doing a 19-minute a mile pace, really ease into it. I did that with a coworker, and I got him to just do 5 seconds every minute. So I did a 5:55 with him, and that can knock your 19 down to, depending on the size of your stride and everything else, that can knock you down to close to a 17 or 16 even. It can. Again, your mileage, pun sort of intended, your mileage may vary. I mean, check out this structure. It is so big. It is just designed, I mean, it reminds me like a coliseum of motorsports. I should write copy for them. And if you are a big NASCAR fan and looking for a job, they've got signs up literally in the median up here. Big electric sign. They're hiring. Oh, awesome. Yeah, he was shocked at it. And in fact, it's kind of apropos to bring him up. The shirt that I'm wearing today is my U.S. Army 10-miler. I got him into doing intervals. He signed up for this and roped us into doing this race on the podcast last year. And the interval thing really worked for him. And he was shocked at the difference a short interval made, and the fact that you could do that for a very long distance. He is not a self-described runner by any stretch, but he did the 5-second running, 55-second walking for 10 miles. Worked his way up to it, but it worked for him. And now he has set another goal for himself, and that's to do a half marathon. And I told him, I said, it's really no different. Just tack on 3.1 miles. Well, you know, I'm no dietitian, so again, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. The whole argument that the low carb gurus really talk about is that by switching to doing the low carb thing, you're forcing your body to eat the fat stores it already has. So theoretically, your runs would be fueled by what you're already carrying. And that's fine. That's a good thing. So it would be my guess that you'll probably see massive losses. The only thing you got to worry about with running is you burn all those calories pretty quick. I mean, 900 calories an hour sometimes, and you get hungry. And one thing that I can say from personal experience, we're doing hill work now. We're going up the footbridge again. I have learned in my 4 days here that it's easier to cross this way than it is to try to go to one of the traffic lights. Because this intersection, or this the roadway here, is 8 lanes with a median. I'm not running uphill, so I missed an interval there, and I'll probably miss one more, but I'll make them up. Whew. There's water here on the ground. I'm trying not to get soaked feet. All right. I don't know how you get puddles in the parking deck. The drainage should be better. All right. So, last real good view of the Speedway as we head over this footbridge. Hey, Trip. How are you? It's a muggy one. Running after a rain. Oh. But that's okay. The good news is tonight I'm packing to go home. Tomorrow morning is my last day in class, and we're done at noon. So I should be at home by the time Amy gets home from work. All right. So, okay, let me show you. Speedway, the Daytona welcome or goodbye. That building right there, that's NASCAR's headquarters. And the IMSA and the International Speedway, it's their offices. It's all right here. If you followed along on the Tuesday run, this should look a little bit familiar. We're going back over here to the Outdoor Lifestyle Mall. Hey, Cheryl. I prefer not to think of it as being lazy. I understand rough weeks. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you can use the running or whatever exercise as a vehicle to handle that stress. It's not always the case. Looks like somebody jumped in. Hey, Aim. Oh, Josh, thank you. It's the least we could do. The absolute least we could do. Amy's cleaning at work. She's been cleaning a lot here lately. She's been a beast. Hashtag cleaning beast. Okay, I can't really flip the camera on this as much as I want to, but there's a restaurant. I'm not gonna name it. You can see it. Used to love it. Can't eat there anymore. After a very unfortunate food poisoning incident. Very sad. All right, we got 13 more intervals to do. So I'm gonna go around this building over here, which will take us into the mall a little bit. Hey, Katie, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're about 2/3 of the way done with the run, which is great. We're running in between downpours here in Daytona Beach. Really, the first 2/3 was me running along the length of Daytona International Speedway because it's an enormous structure. It is gorgeous to see, super impressive. And now, that building right there, that's the Daytona Hotel. Some of my classmates are there. They say it's great. All kinds of NASCAR themed decor. Yes, hashtag cleaning beast. She is. Well, sadly, she got enlisted as we were both cleaning like mad people last week. Oh, I don't know about all that. I am super sweaty, but it's super muggy. And here we go. Although I got Tiffany playing in the background, I feel like I should be running through a mall. Oh, wait, I am running through a mall. Bye, Aim. I'll talk to you later. The running store here, I called them yesterday because I was actually getting desperate for some shoes because these definitely need to be replaced. They don't carry men's size 13 wides. So no love, no joy for Dana. That's okay. I saved the transaction from my local run shop back home, and I'm okay with that. I certainly hope she does. Okay, here we go. And we have 7 more intervals. We're kind of in the backside of the mall now. There's an apartment complex there, luxury apartments. And then over here is a 2-story car garage, parking garage. The main thing is there really isn't a lot of traffic around here right now, which is nice. It can, Josh. We get these really severe but brief thunderstorms in the summer all over Florida. Usually starts around 4 o'clock, ends by 7, and it's caused from the sun beating down on the Gulf and the surface water, and they build quickly, they get really strong, they do their thing, and then it's over. But when they do their thing, it's intense. And then you get a little different pattern up here in the northern part of the state, where they'll get rain longer throughout the day. But you have different dynamics here on this side of the state because the main body of water is the Atlantic as opposed to the Gulf. Gulf of Mexico temperature is like in the 80s, the actual water temperature. It's very warm. To walk in, it almost feels like bath water. Here we go. But over here is the closest thing we get to waves in the state, not counting when we have hurricanes. I'm a lucky guy, without a doubt. She's got work till this evening, and then we got the dogs at home, and the dogs are having extended alone time, and they have remarkably been really good this week. You know, they've kind of outgrown the need to cage or crate them for the most part. But our boy is very scared of thunderstorms. So in the summertime, he turns into a 90-pound lapdog every afternoon. Yeah, get a little Tiffany, waiting for some Debbie Gibson and maybe some Bengals while I was running through there. The run shop in Cape Coral is called The Run Shop. It's really creative. but they spell it SHOPPE. So it's classy or something. But the owner, Rachel, she's popped into chats before. We've talked her up. She's a triathlete, a beast. She wins local and state and regional races all the time. She does 100+ mile bike rides every weekend. She swims like some ungodly distance. And then she does, for her, a half marathon's a training run or a short run. And we are in the 3-minute cool down. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Like Orange Beach, Alabama, with their massive hailstorm. We don't tend to get a lot of hail here. Usually if we get hail, that indicates like tornadic activity because our air temperature is so typically so warm. In fact, when we got hit by the tornado in 2016, that was January. So it was cooler for us, dead of Florida winter. So, highs in the 50s. And the first thing that we noticed was the hail hitting the window. And it was probably, pea-sized hail, the size of my, pinky fingernail. And it escalated very quickly from there. In a matter of seconds, we were running to secure ourselves in our bathroom. And the dogs and cats literally ran right along with us. So there were 2 humans, 2 dogs, and 2 cats inside the water closet, which is a sub-room of our master bedroom or bathroom. And, as we're running there's green lightning coming in the windows. The house is shaking. It was nuts. I've told the story before, I think. And probably the longest 10 seconds of my life. And that includes very stressful encounters in my professional life as well. And then we go out and we lucked out. I mean, cars were destroyed. One of them totaled. The roof was on the house, but the tornado had lifted all the shingles up and laid them back down. And so hail for Floridian, no bueno. No bueno. Don't like that one at all. Oh my goodness. We got 30 seconds. I'm going to stop it at the 30-second mark and just kind of gauge where we're at with the what speed looks like. I don't know, like going up that crosswalk, since it can't really get the GPS in there too well. I'll be curious to see if that had any adverse impact on pace, because you never know. 3, 2, 1, and workout ended. Let me make sure it's ended. There's nothing worse. You end your workout and you forget to officially end your workout, then you're sitting on the couch, an hour after your run going, oh yeah, I'm done. And then your watch tells you, hey, would you like me to end your workout? And you're like, you jerk. Of course I want you to end my workout an hour ago. All right, so what this is saying is that, let's see. It's cycling through screens. We traveled 1.67 miles total, which is spot on with what the Jeff Galloway Lolo Fit app said we would do. The screens are cycling. And average pace the entire time was 15 minutes, 40 seconds, which means that we're on pace for exactly what we're training for, which is to beat a 16-minute mile. Again, we didn't want to do anything that was going to be too crazy and too stressful for the absolute noob runner who's never strapped a pair of running shoes on and decided they wanted to come out and go. Thank you, Jojo. I saw your comments. Too much manipulation of gear while in my feed at the same time. Yeah, the poor puppy. He is so funny. He's 90 pounds of ferociousness, but when the thunder starts, he is Amy's lapdog through and through, and he is inseparable from her. And if it happens in the middle of the night, he's not happy just being next to her. He has to try to be her pillow, and he'll wake us up trying to crawl under her head. It is so funny. And oh, Mark, hey man, welcome. Glad you could join us. Just finished the 20-minute training run. This is the last training run. I mentioned that at the beginning, but this is it, guys. We're done. We have done 7 weeks of training to get you ready for this weekend. And this weekend's going to be our 5K run. So we're going to do, for the 5K, we're going to do the 5 seconds running, 25 seconds walking, and we're going to do that not for time, but for distance. And we're going to do that for 3.1 miles. And I think that if you've been running along this whole time, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I know that we have been doing just, the 20-minute runs, for the long or for the short runs during the week. And then on the long runs, I've been doing it just as a walk. But that's to show you guys that it is really all about training 2 different things. During the week, we're training that speed. And on the weekends, we've been training the total distance and total time on your feet. And I can tell you this, if you've been doing this whole time, you're ready. And it's going to feel so good to accomplish that when we get done on Saturday. And Amy and I are trying to figure out, and I think that we'll nail it down probably either tonight or tomorrow at some point, whether or not we're going to be able to do Saturday's run at an actual in-person 5K. Now, what that'll mean is if we do or are able to go to do a real live 5K for this, that we may have to modify the start time. So it may not be right at 7 a.m. It'll depend on what the race organizers of the race that we're eyeballing have to say. So, oh, okay. And I'm getting correction from Amy right here. See, I was thinking it was Saturday. She says that the event would be on Sunday. That's even better, because then I'm not doing like the immediate come home, unpack, go to bed and wake up at, 4 a.m. to get somewhere. So I love that. Jojo, thank you so much for jumping in. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of the support, and I appreciate everybody who's decided to come along and do this. I hope that this has inspired some people to give this a shot, and I'm excited to hear from people who do the race on the weekend so that they can do their first Couch to 5K. And yeah, Amy's saying Richard's Run, which is a race that is the one that we're looking at doing. That's one that's up in Tampa. So that would be on Sunday if we can do that one. So we're going to make that decision, and then we may make the change in the schedule going from Saturday morning to Sunday morning. But it'll still be a morning race, I promise. But if we can bring you a cool race to go and do, support a cause, and maybe get a t-shirt out of it or something, and apply this during an actual race and show you in practice, then I think it would be really worth it for us to do that. So we'll let you know. But that's tentative. Currently, the plan is for Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, and we will let you know if that changes. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming along this afternoon. I'm going to head into my hotel, and I'm going to, yes, I will run for bling. I admit it. I am easy when it comes to running. Dangle a shiny thing out there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go run that. That's fine. It's, physical pain, tiredness, lack of sleep, bring it. And especially for a t-shirt too. I like to keep my t-shirts fresh, and I have to rotate some out of my collection anyway. So it's time to get some new ones. And this is a great event for a great cause. But I'm going into my hotel. I have to pack and load up my car and kind of get pre-game for my 5-hour drive home tomorrow. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. Don't forget, the new episode is up in the feed. Go to runeatdrink.net and listen now. Just click on the button and boom. But what we'd really like for you to do is subscribe. So in your podcatcher of choice, do a search for the Run Eat Drink podcast. Click subscribe, okay? Thank you so much. I love it. Thank you guys, ladies, wife. I will talk to you all very soon. We'll let you know what's happening for the weekend. I'm very excited for us to be doing this, and we're going to do it together. It's going to be great. So get ready for the weekend. Get some rest. Talk to you soon.